and welcome back to the New Book Review. Each week we'll be looking at some of the new books coming to the Prince George Public Library. This week we will be looking at some of the new books coming into the adult collection. And without any further ado, let's look at some books.
Hi, I'm here to talk about The Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan. I'm Amy. I'm the Manager of Community Engagement at the Prince George Public Library, and I'm excited to talk to you about this romance novel today. Boyfriend Project is about a woman named Samaya who finds out via Twitter that she's being catfished, and she makes some lifelong friendships as a result of that with two other women named London and Taylor. And then as they all get together, they decide to swear off men for 6 months while they work on improving themselves and reaching their professional goals. So along comes Daniel, and Daniel is actually an undercover cop who is investigating the tech company that Samaya works at. Of course, she doesn't know all of this, and they both are highly attracted to each other. The romance in this book is very spicy and sexy. And one thing that I really liked about it so much was all the details about their job. So Daniel is a cop and he works in financial fraud, and it was so fascinating to learn about that. But they're also programmers at a tech company, so it was also really interesting to hear about that work. So that was one thing that I really liked about the book. But again, the romance was, and so you should check this out. It's a nice way to forget about everything else that's going on in the world right now. So I highly recommend The Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan. You should check it out. We have it in our collection. And it was recently listed in Refinery 29's list of 11 fiction books that feature Black joy. So I highly recommend it.
Everybody has a podcast, except you. A how-to guide from the First Family of Podcasting by Justin McElroy, Travis McElroy, and Griffin McElroy. From the brothers responsible for the hit podcasts such as My Brother and Me, Sawbones, and The Adventure Zone comes an incredible new book all about creating podcasts. This how-to guide shows you how to create, edit, and produce your very own podcast. Justin, Travis, and Griffin made their names as brothers who give advice but have no business giving advice. And while they may not have the best relationship or workplace advice, what they do have is lots of experience and lots of knowledge about podcast making. From their start independently publishing the first few episodes of My Brother and Me to now there are 11 podcasts that are running. The McElroys have an experience in creating successful podcasts, and now they want to share their experience making podcasts with you. The McElroy brothers will walk you through the first steps of turning your ear-candy idea into a podcast with legions of fans. From picking out a catchy name, probably not something like My Brother and Me, to picking out your first microphone, probably not one from GarageBand. And finally, making lots of money, which you probably won't do. A must-read for anyone interested in podcasting or simply fans of the McElroy brothers. Everybody Has a Podcast Except You shares keys to success, as well as pointing out mistakes to avoid, all while following in the steps of 3 of the funniest and most experienced podcasters out there. As well, if you're interested in podcasts, make sure to head to the PGPL website to check out our own podcast featuring scary stories, Black History Month, or lots more interesting ones to come.
Once and Future is written by Kieran Gillen and illustrated by Dan Mora. Today, I am going to introduce you to your new favorite graphic novel series and review for you Once and Future Volume 1. It was a nominee for the Will Eisner Best New Series Award in 2020 and was recommended to me by my coworker. Many of you may find the title familiar, which is a direct nod to T.H. White's classic Arthurian novel, The Once and Future King. And yes, this is a modern retelling of Arthurian legend with a dark twist. We are introduced to Duncan, a bumbling academic, while in the middle of a terrible date when his gran phones him. Gran has run away from her senior's home and everyone is very concerned. So Duncan races to go and find her. When Duncan discovers his Gran, she is healthy and safe. Except she's in the middle of a dark forest and she's digging up a buried stash of weapons. Within moments, Duncan learns that not only are monsters real, but his Gran is a retired monster hunter. And it's kind of the family business. It turns out that Britain is on the brink of destruction when a group of nationalists use an ancient artifact to bring a villain from Arthurian legend back from the dead. Duncan, Gran, and Gran's old network of monster hunters might be the only ones who can stop them. Once and Future is dark, violent, and really funny. Gran is easily a fan favorite and probably one of the best new characters you will discover. So thank you, Kieran Gillen. Gran is tough, fearless, and has the best one-liners and quips in the book. If you are familiar with Arthurian legends, you will be rewarded with recognizing the Knights of the Round Table and the Ladies of the Lake and other fun name drops. The art style is bright, crisp, and modern. The characters can be hilarious in one panel and sexy in the next. I recommend slowing down to enjoy all the details that Dan Mora has included in his characters. This graphic novel has all the beloved tropes of a quest, as well as a Shakespearean tragedy with both human and supernatural villains, and a hero that you can cheer for. If you like Star Wars, Harry Potter, or Game of Thrones, you will enjoy this colorful, adventurous, and entertaining story. Both volumes 1 and 2 are available in our catalog or on Hoopla, and volume 3 is due out this summer.
Thank you again for tuning in to the new book review. This will be the last video that we will be posting, so thank you all for sticking with us on this journey. However, we will be doing a new podcast called Read This Book, where every second week we will have a special guest come in to feature a book that they love. So keep an eye out on the website and on our Facebook page for more information about Read This Book. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, make sure to check out these books.